She was so good earlier. We're giving her a callback. It's Karen Hardy with part 2 of Choreography Corner. Best intro music ever. Karen is back. I know, I love it too. Let's continue. Frankie and Kevin's Paso Doble. Kevin is so the king of Paso on this show. An amazing 45 out of 50. We saw a whole new side to Frankie. Darcy said she didn't think she had it in her. Donnie said he was scared of her as she Anita'd past him. What did you make of it?
I thought it was brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And big thumbs up to Kevin for his choreography and his creative mind. 21st century. But what I want to look at here, I've got a slow-mo. Now, we see how she's stamping and she's doing her rappels there. Do you see how the legs are all splayed and then into this line here? Now, the reason I'm doing this, we've praised Frankie, she is phenomenal. What I'm thinking ahead, I'm trying to think ahead now. The judges will start picking up on details, closing of the feet, perfection of the feet, perfection of lines. So if I just want to make her aware of it now, you get drawn up into the dance, and then often those nice, beautiful things which later on down the line will be very important to her. However, 21st century dance, the young and the old would have loved that. And I just thought it was so trendy and cool. I just thought it was...
Like trendy and cool?
Brilliant, trendy and cool. Don't know where that came from. I obviously spoke to Donnie recently. Right?
I know. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Jake and Jeanette and their incredible waltz. Again, great scores and a beautiful dance, which I really loved. Bit of a disagreement with the judges about whether it was a true waltz or not. Len was saying it lacked swing and sway. What do you say?
You know where I'm going to go. I am a ballroom girl through and through. This dance would have been... It was already great. It would have been phenomenal if there was swing and sway. Now, we're always talking about swing and sway, and what we've got here are our pure basic steps to dance, to start the routine. That said, again, the characterization, the animation between the two of them, I still fall in love with it. So I understand where Craig was going, but it's a competition, and we need those elements underneath, and we need to know what that could have brought to that dance. It would have that would have got big tens if we'd have had swing and sway in it.
Pixie and Trent and their quick step. Craig said the amount of detail in this was incredible. However, the jeté was out of time.
Oh, the poor little... Let's pick up on it, because I want to do it, get it out the way, and then move on to how good it was. So if we have a look at it, and I've been even more horrible, and I've put it in slow motion.
Oh, you're so cruel.
Lumiere, our lovely candlelight, takes off, and she's just a little bit behind there. Can you say... Do you know, I thought Trent even looked like Lumiere. How could I resembled him, didn't he?
He lit up the floor.
But what an incredible dance. Again, a beautiful performance. But let's look at these ladies that are front runners at the moment. What I would have picked up on that, gapping. Now, again, later on down the line, attention to detail. Those two bodies, it doesn't matter if you're doing Charleston steps or the pendulum sort of swings, those bodies should have been in full contact. And especially doing the jeté, you know, huge gap between them. And then the timing goes off because you can't feel the body timing between each other.
So getting those things right now will help down the line.
Absolutely.
Mark and Karen and the Paso Doble as Superman. So much fun. A great end to the show. What did you make of it? Stop laughing. It was brilliant.
I just had to look. I had a word at the bottom of my notes here, and it was just innocently entertaining for me. I watched it through, and I'm going, oh, he's got the pelvic thrust in there. He's got the appels, and you know, we can see it's all going on here. He's technically trying to deliver, but I finished with a little giggle. But what I want to pick up on, let's talk about what this pelvic position is that we need from the matador. I'm going to get up again.
She's up again.
While I can, you know, I have to keep myself going.
Keep limbed up.
Double applause. So what we talk about in Paso Doble is that we try to keep the pelvis forward as much as we can. Once the pelvis is forward, it's only possible because the knees are kept nice and soft. And what we tend to get is, if you lock those knees back, which is what most people think Paso is, the hips will fly backwards. But he didn't. In the middle of all that Superman hero and goodness knows what, he managed to keep those knees nice and forward. He kept the pelvis forward. And I think we've even got a slow-mo. That's how impressed I was. Here we go. And thrust forward, and you know what? He knows he's good at it. We're going to get a second time. Look
Come on,
at
Marky
that.
boy.
Fabulous.
Oh.
So I know people were a bit Marmite with his performance. They loved it, they hated it. For me, it was the movie night, and we move on.
Superman.
He was Superman, and he flew away at the end. I even love that. And compliments to the graphics, because that opening part of Karen
hanging on the building was
first class.
also
It was
so
brilliant.
good. Karen, as always, a dream. Karen. Now, unfortunately, lovely Mark Wright is under the weather today.